bottom of my fucking ass.
Yeah.
I'm just in for the alcohol.
Atta baby. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Life Barbecue Podcast, the podcast where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics that you normally talk around the pit. Well, that's it, folks. It's a wrap. We got 1 day of 2024 left. Jump into 2025, see what this bitch brings us this year. Because God knows she was taking a dump on me all fucking year. Yeah.
She was nasty, wasn't she?
Oh, she's nasty. And let me tell you, the next 2 months don't look too much fucking better. But anyway, it is what it is.
She was a little salty this year. That's what she was.
Yeah.
She was a little salty this year.
Bat, what's up? Judge Webb, Matt Pereira, what's happening? Daddy
What's up, Matt?
Dutch, the birthday boy.
Birthday boy.
Happy second, my friend. You don't look a day over 80.
Yeah, age is pretty good for 72.
Does, you know? But we'll see the comment coming in on that one, flying in from left field in a heartbeat. El Jefe, what's up, brother? Well, tonight's episode, obviously brought to you by Uncle Steve Shake, coming from the Uncle Steve Shake Studios. Oh, what can I say? 17, technically 18. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Amazing flavors, including the sauce with no name, the Mi Amigo, the Magic Ribs, the competition line, the Gator Shake Original, sweet and spicy, and everything in between. It's got you covered. Great guy. Wears all the hats. He's answering the phones. He's sending the emails. He's reading the emails. He's packing the orders. He's mixing the shake. He's doing it all. And for anybody who has been keeping track here, you have heard of a little something called Holiday Shake. Now, this is incredible. This is the holidays in a rub. If you're a baker, he's got you covered now. In a cup of coffee, forget about it. It is, if I'm not mistaken, it's along the lines of the dessert shake, minus a couple things, added the peppermint and all that good stuff. It's even got the little flakes of green, red, and gold candy sugar pieces there in it for that festive feel. If you're looking limited batch, if it starts taking off, he'll keep it around all year. As of right now, it is strictly the holiday season. It is not on the website. If you want to get yourself a couple bottles, whatever, you need to contact Steve directly. So catch him, Uncle Steve Shake Nation, UncleSteveShake.com. Leave him a message. Steve Brown on Facebook. Contact me, contact Dutch, and we'll get you in touch with Steve to get you some. But yeah, this is some crazy ass shit coming out of that boy right now. So, you know, you never know. He said he might pop in to give the little rundown of the mix. He was out at a restaurant now, but it is what he'll be around. So, like I said, hit him up directly if you're interested in getting some. Hit me up, hit Dutch up, and we'll get you in touch with Steve. And remember, guys, Uncle Steve shakes them on everything. Also brought to you by Joe's Meat Market, the Diamond of Royce City, Texas. Gabriel and his crew, man, they do an incredible job. Great meat selection. You need a custom cut, Gabriel's got you. If you're looking for something that he doesn't have, he'll work with you to get it. Fresh produce brought in daily. For all us competition guys and backyarders, got us covered too. Rubs, seasoned sauces, now carrying smoky wood products, splits, chunks, chips, the whole nine. And while you're there, if you're feeling a little hungry, got you covered too. Gabriel's mom's right behind the counter whipping up authentic Mexican cuisine. So stop by, get a couple tacos, some menudo, sit down, make a new friend, sit down with the
Making me
boys,
hungry.
talk. That damn straight, brother. But yeah, if you're in the Roy City area, stop by Joe's Meat Market, see Gabriel, tell him I sent you. And remember, guys, Joe's Meat Market for the win. Let's see. Larry Vaughn, what's happening? Simon, what's going on? Chef Johnny, what's going on? Go fight another wall, Mags. Okay. Daddy Dutchess.
He might be a little pissy,
He's
He's
getting a
72
little
years old now.
salty,
I mean, he's just a little salty. He just,
Cook Shack barbecue.
he's been putting a lot of content out lately.
Yeah, he goes, hi, Aaron, and go
What's up,
fight
big
another
dog?
wall, Mags. Thanks, you Dutch. Joe, what's happening? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you obviously see who is joining me. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Aaron Lesley.
What's up, bitches?
There it is. What's up, brother? Cheers to you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's.
Cheers to you. Happy birthday there, Daddy Dutch, motherfucker.
Absolutely. Mad Max, what's happening? Oh, Aaron, thank you so much for jumping in, brother. Appreciate it.
Welcome, man. I love a last minute call to come save the day.
Hell yeah.
Not all heroes wear capes. Sometimes we wear barbecue certified and beefy caps, but in a beard. But I mean, you got to remember though, Daddy Dutch can't grow one. He's trying so hard, but he just can't grow a beard. It's all good, man. He tried to be part of that crew, but he just
can't. Oh,
that's right, Justin. Don't skimp on the pimp.
Justin, what's up? Randy Salinas, Big Salinas Barbecue. What's up, brother? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
What's up, Randy?
So Aaron, we talked a day or two before Christmas Eve, and so how was the holidays, my man?
Man, it was about as good as I could really expect because, for one, the older we get, the less we want to do. Two, I didn't have to cook. Hands down, time out. I don't have to cook. That's it right there. But made a little gravy. My daughter was making gravy. She got sidetracked a little bit, so jumped in and kind of busted off a big batch of gravy, and we had a little brunch. So Sunday Christmas morning, all the kids came over, had their presents, and got to see that kind of deal. But really, man, just I'll be honest with you, just kicked it at the house, just chilled, got plenty of rest. I mean, a few therapy sessions here and there, a few brown waters, and just kind of took it easy and enjoyed that little time because, man, your days are sun up to sundown, and you're trying to squeeze off as much as you can just so you can turn around and go compete on the weekends, get a little burned out. So it was nice to take a few days and not have to do anything.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Nigel, what's up, brother? So another question I have, you were in the middle of wrapping presents when we were talking. How did Leanne like the wrap job?
Yeah. She said I wouldn't have had it any other way. I mean, what do you expect from a pit master wrapping in butcher paper? That's all it's going to get. I mean, it was. Man, sometimes you don't got to be simple. You got to be simple. You don't have to be extravagant. A lot of people like different kinds of wrapping paper, but sometimes you just don't have time for that, right? And by God, I've got a 700-foot roll of wrapping paper sitting right here next to me on the brisket wrap table. So I just whipped it out, wrapped up one, and put it over on the side. So I mean, it was it got a giggle. The rest of my I did wrap. So one of my things is that every year I make sure that my girls, and they are grown, okay, they're 29 to 34, right? So my girls are grown and they have grandkids. They're all married, but I always make sure we get a Santa gift. Man, a friend of mine did that when I was a kid. Man, growing up, had a young man at the time, Mark Weisner. He was a good friend of mine, but he was like my dad. He was a guy that answered my questions, pulled him by the ear, gave my first dip of snuff, that kind of stuff, right? He was just that guy that a young man needed in his life. My mom was a single mom, and so she, it was just that kind of deal. But he always, no matter how old they got, gave them a Christmas present. It was a Santa gift, always unwrapped under the tree. It was ready for them. So I got a few traditions that I carry on, no matter how, since my girls were, old enough to walk to now. They still get a Santa gift, and I always buy one stack full of lotto scratch offs. They get used to be 100, but as the family got bigger, I had to start splitting it up a little bit. So you get 100 per family now, and so we wrapped those up and got those kind of done. But that's about all the wrapping I did. I think I did 4 gifts, maybe 6 tops.
Hey.
So it was good.
Oh, that's all right. Bam Bam, what's up, brother? Uncle Steve just popping
so,
in.
Rudy.
Got the kid in the car, so I can't listen. Gotcha, brother. Big Rome, what's happening? James Page, what is up, my brother? Thank you for tuning in, my man. Oh, yeah, it was nice, quiet on my end. Like I said, did the cooking in the morning, which I was telling you I was looking forward to. With the chaos I got with the post office and making sure everybody gets their gifts on time. That was kick my vacation off by doing a little cooking, and man, did I nail it, brother! Ooh, pink from edge to edge. Ooh, double solo cupping.
Hey man, I know how this show rolls. I don't come in here empty-handed with one because we drink one in the before the show, and then about 10 minutes in, I'm done. Now I got to stop somewhere and go make another one. Minutes I got to slow it down so I don't run out.
Oh, but yeah, nailed that. It was pink to pink, both from edge to edge. Perfect. The ham was very nice. Made some Texas Twinkies. They were perfect. Yeah, I was thrilled with that. But before, when we were going back to our conversation on the phone the other day, you threw the arms up and you had enough because you had to go to the mall, and you said, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. I think I went through. I was there a good solid 2 hours, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't go shopping very often. I go shopping at HEB. They have everything you need. They got deodorant, to ribs, to briskets if you need a brisket. They got chickens, and they have all the medical stuff. Like if you cut yourself Neosporin or shaving cream or whatever. They even got T-shirts and shit. So technically, without some shorts and without some shorts and some shoes and some socks, I have everything I need. I can order those. So I mean, I pretty much shop at HEB or Walmart if it's a last minute thing, a little Blues Hog sauce or something like that. So
yep.
Unless I'm making some Texas Reds, I got to go in there and get my Bloody Mary mixes. But yeah, it's that damn mall shit. That's for the birds. I ain't been to the mall, and I think the last time I tried to count it, I think the last time I was at the mall, I was telling you, it's probably. I did. I bought my Meta glasses there, and I bought my Meta glasses that I could, about I don't know 6-8 months ago. Oh, that's probably been a couple 3 years easy. So there's a bunch of idiots in that place, and they all look weird. It's like Houston. It's like Houston and it's taking over the whole. I mean, I'm not saying. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the outer side of Houston. I'm talking about like the downtown Houston is taking over the mall. Man, it's like there's kids everywhere that have shit coming out of their faces and their ears, and they're wearing these funky clothes, and their hairs are different colors. And I don't know what they're wearing on their feet, but they're like 7 inches tall, and they look like Igor. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on in that mall, man. There's a lot of people, but there's also regular good old country folks. So I mean, it's kind of we don't have a huge one, but it huge mall. We don't have a big mall, but it takes care of business. Got all the majors. So yeah, I threw my hands up as I'm done. I'm out.
Yep. So you had no sooner said that, like you said, I think it might have been the 23rd, but Christmas Eve, I'm working, delivering the packages, delivering the mail, getting it all done, trying to get the hell out of there. And my wife calls me and was a little bit upset. I'm like, what's up now? It's goddamn Christmas Eve. I'm trying to get out of here. What is the issue? She goes, I'm looking under the tree. and it looks
you ain't kidding.
And it looks like we're a little light for Harley, my daughter. I'm like, well, first off, she's a pain in the ass to buy for, first off. And I know she's probably listening. She's in her room around the corner. I know she can hear me. Love you, baby. Nothing. Typical teenager. Anyway, so that stuck with me all damn day. So I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Now she's 15, so she's at the age she's going out, hanging out with the girls, and the sleepovers here and the get-togethers here. They're listening to the music. So at about 4 o'clock, Christmas Eve afternoon, I call my wife. I'm like, "Hey, what do you think about one of these Bluetooth speaker things for her?" I go, "It's perfect." She's like, "Well, what colors they have?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know." I'm looking.
Black. It's all you need.
I go, "They got black, and they got this one. It's like a champagne gold type thing." She goes, "Yeah, get that one." Great. So Walmart, I wasn't going to make Walmart. They were closing at 6. The T-Mobile, where we get our cell phones, they carry them. They're closing at 5. I'm screwed. I'm not out of work till 4:30. The T-Mobile in the mall is open till 7 o'clock. Or, oh no, 6 o'clock. Sorry, but I have to literally drive by it. It's right on the border of Massachusetts and New Hampshire. So called them up. I'm like, "Yo, you got this thing in the gold?" She goes, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Good. I'll be there." And I looked at where I was on the highway. I'm like, "I'll be there in 10 minutes." So now it's 5:30, Aaron. Christmas Eve. I'm going to the fucking mall.
You're stupid
Okay.
for getting out on the road.
Well, I got to go home, brother.
Yeah,
But
I'm talking about going to the mall and going to the mall, T-Mobile.
right.
You got a death wish, man.
So I thought, brother, I'm gonna play the lottery here on out. In a little traffic, getting in the mall, right? I get into the parking lot. Boom. Spot. Okay. Get out. Hustle my buns to the door. Go up. T-Mobile. Bing, bang, boom. Got it. Out the door. Back to the car. Aaron. 15, 20 minutes tops.
Man,
And that's because the up escalator was broken, so I had to go down halfway and take the stairs. Else I would have been out of there in 10 minutes. I'm like, "Oh my God." I go, "I can't wait to tell Aaron that one." But yeah, man.
Well, here's my deal. Everything I buy is black, except my thermal pins. My thermal pins are green. I even have a couple of I've been green ones and some black ones. It's green is fast. Don't make sure how you do that. Green M&Ms, they're fast. It don't matter. They always taste better. Green M&Ms. Thermal pins green, but everything I buy is black. I wear black shirts, black shorts, black tennis shoes. I mean, it's so if you get a Bluetooth speaker from me, it's black. You get a keyboard, it's black. If you get, I don't care, it's black. If you don't like black, take it back. But I'm buying you black. I'm going to get it done. We're not going to mess around with anything. I'm not. I did not. I did go to HEB Christmas Eve. That that was okay. We have two HEBs in Midland, and they were both wall to wall. There was lines waiting to get in the parking lots at all the entrances. So I drove to the Sam's Club behind the HEB. I parked 7 rows over in the Sam's Club just to park my truck and walked over to HEB. Had my hips hurting, man. I was sore as a dog. But I walked over there. I got what I needed with some last minute stuff, just like because we know it's gonna be closed and everything. So last minute necessities, right? You got to have the beer, you got to have this, you got to have some cups, and so just a little bitty stuff. And I get over there and I do my thing, and I'm just nice. I'm just push my basket and I stop. And everybody goes crisscrossing. They're all cutting through, push a basket, stop. I mean, I probably spent 25 minutes in that store just starting and stopping, just letting the old people on the carts go through, and all the grocery guys get their groceries. They're how they do online orders. And I finally get in there and I get what I need, and I get out. And it took me about an hour and a half for about a 15-minute run, but I got there. And then I walked back to my truck, and I'm like, I forgot something. I said, if you here in Texas, we got 2 things. We got a Dollar General and a HEB. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need nothing else. So I don't know. The Christmas shopping thing. Usually you start early. I'm kind of a late riser. I kind of show up late to the party, and I just kind of get my stuff the last minute. but it's just because I'm all, I'm working. I'm trying to squeeze all I
Yeah.
can in because I have to take off and we got to go. I want to be, not missing the Christmas stuff or New Year's. I've been working through New Year's, and so it's kind of, I just, man, I mean, for a guy, now for a woman, that's probably right up their alley. I mean, they don't really care. They just want to be like in the mix. They're socializing, they're hen hawking, they're squawking, they're talking, they're telling things, they're doing this, they're going, they're stopping at every little display they can possibly find to look at. I get it. That's great. Most of the guys are sitting in the chairs, charging their cell phones, reading the paper, playing, Facebooking on their phones, whatever. And they're all in the little massaging chairs, and all the women are out walking around. So I get it, but that's not my kind of thing, man. I'd rather
Yep.
get in, get out, and get over with.
Yep. Yep. But I'm like, oh man, I hit the home run on that one.
You
But
did. You
couldn't
did. You
believe it.
definitely got in and
Couldn't
got out.
believe it. Couldn't believe it. I'm like, holy shit. That was the fastest time I've ever been to the mall. And like I said, I hadn't been to a mall in a year anyway, unless I absolutely had to. But yeah, all was good, all was done. So that
You
was
guys better
good.
watch it. Matt's got some, I think 4 or 5 CBAs coming up there in up in y'all's
Yeah,
neck of
oh
the
yeah,
woods, man.
brother.
We're gonna be doing a lot of flying this year.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's 5 anyway. I almost want to say he was talking about a 6th also. So that's going to be killer.
I
But
think he's kind of hooked.
oh, absolutely. After the one last year, 4th of July weekend, man. Now there he said, "Yep, we got 6." That was a hell of an event. I everybody loved the event, the cook off. Everybody loved the format, the rule, different, slight rule variations, but yeah, everybody loved it. It was a success, and boom, he started with 1. Now he's got 6 coming.
Well, I
So
think
that's
after cooking for Cowboy, he came to my grandson's cook off, and I tell you what, we had a blast, and it was Matt and his wife were just they were angels. I mean, they had a
yeah.
great time. We hung out, uh, but I mean, they got to see a little West Texas hospitality, and we had 49 teams that came out, and we moved it, a little cooler weather, but he got to we man we I did the best I could. I hooked up 3 different teams with 3 different equipment, all the pop ups, but we tried to make everybody feel as comfortable and at home as possible.
Hmm.
And Matt and his wife just did a man bang job. She's a firecracker, boy. She don't
Oh,
let him have
Heidi.
she don't let Heidi don't let him have any kind of room to make an error. She's right on his ass about things. But it was good to see those guys in person and really get to meet them, hang out, and it was kind of a bad start to my weekend. I fried my trailer and plugged into a 30 amp, which I thought was 30 amp, but it wasn't labeled, so it was a 240 30 amp, and burned up one leg in my trailer, burned out my all my 12-volt system. So I was cooking steak in the dark. I had my flashlight on a water bottle trying to prep my steak, trying to get it all finished up so I could turn it in and get my stuff done. Went and got lights for everybody, but they all hung in there and they knew what it was. It was kind of we kind of throwing some things together, but I think he's really focused now on really trying to understanding the way it can be, just
Hmm.
food, fun, and friends. A lot of barbecue
Absolutely.
family, and then at the same time you're up there, so kind of gives you a different idea of the different mixes,
Oh,
different
absolutely,
different things.
absolutely. And I was watching along. He was broadcasting the awards live, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they got a dessert call,
Uh huh.
and
I'm pretty sure it was.
I know I heard Red Solo Cup a couple times, and if I'm not mistaken, it was top 3 anyway steak on your end. That one you were cooking with a flashlight.
Uh, I did. I got second place steak. Got weaseled out of first place, but that's okay. Can't always get them. And that was a good day. I think it was fourth overall. It was a good time. I think Matt got to learn a few things as far as talking and seeing how things kind of run and kind of what we do down here. And he got to look at a few things. Even had Jason Gear. He came up
Hmm.
from Alaska. He came up and
Yep.
cooked. And he was I think he was fifth or sixth overall. So I mean, his first took off. I mean, he just followed the program. He took the class. Let's say hashtag take the class. He took the class on Barbecue Chance Academy. We've talked back and forth a few times. He showed up, and Team Old Dust, man, they just sat there and rocked it. All those guys just kicking it. Had a good time. So it was amazing, man. It was a good fellow friendship and good buckles and good payout, and we gave it all back to everybody and appreciate everybody coming out and raising money for my grandson. So
Absolutely, brother. And there's Heidi going, I can't wait to go back next year. For sure,
I hope
Heidi.
so. I hope
For
to see him.
sure.
We're gonna. I told all my guys, and I told all my friends here to start working on their company, start working on stores. My goal is to give the whole top 10 overall, at least the top 10 overall, a prize. I'm not talking about a car. I mean, I'm not talking about like a trophy prize. I'm talking about a prize, something they can put in their hands, take home, and use it. And I'm going to start working on the top 4 meats and steak, and then the kids' queue. I'm going to start working on all that. So hopefully, by the time we get done, if we can get enough sponsorships, and if I can get another, if I can get a couple of good companies to kind of pitch in, because sometimes we do this with work and with life, not everything takes precedence because
Mhm.
we're workers. It's oil field out here. We're busy. We're always doing something. Somebody's doing something. So when you lose track of, there's not one person that's just kind of designated for that. You have my girls, Leanne, everybody. They just man, they worked their rears off trying to get all the sponsorships, trying to do raffles. Courtney was on Facebook constantly trying to raffle something off, and so I want to make sure I can help with that load a little bit and get a head start because that gives me at least 9 months to really focus on a bigger payout. If I
Mhm.
can toss another $10,000 or $15,000 out there, we'll have a $35,000 payout in West Texas. If I can turn around and get, you know, trophies where everybody's walking away with something, that's more than that means more to some people than all. Just have a big sticker on the top, have it printed out, have an ice chest, have something. So we're going to work on that and try to make it bigger and better. I haven't had a lot of time to focus on it, but everyone's been trying to just make this cook off work. And so I think with good support, a lot of good friends and people coming back down, I think we'll be able to make it a little bit bigger and better.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this was the second year having it.
Yep,
Um, how is Cowboy? How is,
man.
because he's been working with a lot of the doctors and the
Yeah,
experts,
definitely.
and how's
Well,
the
so
progression going?
I, if you are around him, you'll see that he's starting to try to push himself in the wheelchair a little bit, which is amazing because he couldn't move his arms. The mobility skills, the brain lining is gone, the electrical nerves and stuff. And so, with that being said, being kind of mobile, to where you don't have a lot of function with your hands, right? But he feeds himself a little bit now. He can pull his stuff over, and now he can push himself in the wheelchair. If he's bored and he doesn't want to go, he just starts to push. He just starts to push a little bit. Well, this weekend, Christmas Day, Leanne found a trike, and it has a sun shield over the top. It has a seatbelt in it, and then we have another back brace that can go inside of this that we can strap him down like a race car harness, so he can because that way he can move his head. But
Yeah.
he was already picking up his left foot trying to paddle this thing like a bicycle, and I have never seen him do that. That was the first time I've seen him. So out of nowhere, he just picks up his left leg and starts paddling it. Now, if he can get his right leg going, now all of a sudden we got some motor skills happening. So every
Mm-hmm.
year, Cowboy just turns around and he just improves and he makes things happen. And he has more of a moaning voice now where he's trying to talk to you, but he knows his colors and his numbers. And my daughter is an amazing teacher. She quit teaching and she just works with him and my
Yeah.
younger granddaughter and Charberry. And they just do so much with him. They just make it work. And every time I see him, he's doing something different, some other motor skill, some other head move, some other a noise out of his mouth. And to have that at his age now, it's good. So I've got great hope in the next 5 years that he's going to be able to start moving both legs really good at his arms, and possibly one day, he might be able to slightly, start to walk in some kind of a walker. I mean, it's just, but you have to, it's muscle memory. You got to work with it, and they're doing a fantastic job. So I can't wait to see what the next year holds for him.
Wow, Aaron, that is great news. I love it. I love it. Great things happening, and
He's got
you
an
know,
awesome family.
you ain't kidding,
He
brother.
he's got good
He's got
support.
a lot of love. Lot of love. Like I said, I haven't had the opportunity to meet any daughters yet, but obviously I know you, I know Leanne, and I know the people you two are, and the love you have for your families, and the hard work you guys put in for this event, and the outreach and the love of the event. It's all positives, and to see the love and the hard work and everything, on the not necessarily just on the cook off, but everything else,
Yeah,
behind the
definitely,
scenes that
definitely.
goes for him. And to see these, to some people it's a little thing, to me who knows the story, to you guys, it's monumental steps in the right direction. So it
Yeah.
does the heart good to hear that, brother.
Well, I can tell you that if
Absolutely.
you meet one of my three daughters, if you meet just one of them, you've met them all three.
Okay.
That's how solid they are. They're solid. They run things. They take care of business. They don't mess around, and they're just hearts of gold. So if you met one of my girls, you met them all three, no matter what. So, anyways, that's enough of that. We don't want to get all mushy.
That's
We're a
it.
bunch of
That's it.
guys. We're a
Corby,
bunch of
what's up,
guys.
brother? Mr. Corby Simpkins, ladies and
A
gentlemen.
man
Rico
right there.
Pasquale. Rico, why the hell are you tuning in, my man? You're supposed to be on your honeymoon, son. You got married yesterday. Was it yesterday? What's today? Monday? 2 days ago. You got married
Oh,
2 days
Kid
ago.
Rico. He must have needed now look, is it one of those relationships they've been like together for 15 years? They just got the paper, or is it one of those they've been together for 3 or 4 years and they just got married?
I
Because
don't know
if you
how
just
long
got the
they've been
paper, I mean, after a
together,
couple of days, it's like, I'll get back
but
to business.
she is with him at all competitions. So
There you go.
you might as well say they've been together for 30 years in barbecue competition years. You know what I'm
In
saying?
barbecue years, huh? Yeah, I got you. I got you. No, that's awesome, man. I'm glad Rico chimed in. That
Yeah.
there's you got to. I see all the guys that are commenting here, and Nigel, he's like, you got to open a barbecue trailer, bro. I don't know who he's talking about, but the he made a comment on it, that Houston was full of wealthy people. Yeah, so is West Texas, man. See, Houston, which I like, that's where a lot of corporations and a lot of companies are. But out here in West Texas, we make it happen. This is where the money's at. This is where the oil and gas is. This is where the companies come. This is where the workers come. This is where everybody comes. All the dollar bills everybody takes home, it comes from out of here. So it's they're just getting the deal. So I just kind of say that I'm just fucking with him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
I'm not
speaking
as
of like,
stupid as I look, but I'm not that bad looking. Is this guy right? You know this guy, man? Is he all there?
he's coming to us live and in charge from the UK, my friend.
Nah, I'm just messing with him, man.
Yeah, Nigel's a great guy. He's been around with us uh, for years now.
So what you're saying is he'll
Tremendous
fit right
person.
in.
Oh, absolutely, 100%,
He'll fit
hundred
right in around a red solo cup with some brown water and a solo stove. Is that what you're saying?
100%, brother, 100%. But speaking of the trailer and everything, how's everything been this year at the restaurant?
Man, restaurants, God dang. I don't, me and Johnny were talking the other day because, you know, money you can buy, you can build anything.
Hmm.
The point, there comes a point where you have to quit building and just sustain, right? You got to put money back in the bank. You got to quit building. But, you know, John Scarber has done an amazing job just getting us what we needed. Just has a vision. He just every year he adds something to the restaurant, And me and Johnny are sitting there like, man, I mean, we've doubled every year. You just increase every year, business and funds and so forth. But you also double in payroll. You also double in the your employees and all the stuff. But this year probably as our biggest year. Um, busiest year because we have more kitchen space, we have more things to use. We're out of space. We're already, I mean, it's like we're out of space. You're doing your thing, but the restaurant is solid, man. That thing is on its own. It's a living, breathing organism, and it just keeps grabbing more and more as it can go. And we get more and more orders coming in. I think for I want to say for Thanksgiving we fed over 1,100 meals, and
Wow.
which you may not think that's a lot, but that's 1,100 orders. I can't tell you the amount of people that ate off of that.
Yeah.
That's just we sent out 1,100 orders, and each one of those orders that we sent out, some fed 20 and some fed 10. So if you start doing the math on that, it's like, we sent all this out there, and we just cooked and cooked and cooked and cooked and cooked until eventually we just ran out of food to cook, and we just kept coming in every morning, just kept coming in. We just kept ordering. So the restaurant has been solid. As I said, John Scarver, awesome guy, salt of the earth. He's just an ace in the hole for support. John Vandegrift, our restaurant manager, he is just man. He just keeps coming. My daughter Courtney, she just says no to nothing. So we might have 40 caterings on the books going out by by 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, and probably 30 of them are by 11 when we open, right? But she says no for an answer. Money is money. We got to bring it in. So we just hustle and try to get all these orders out. But 2024, solid year, busy as can be. We added fourth smoker, and man, it's just we're gonna here pretty quick. We're gonna have to bring old Broken Dreams out and put the fifth one out there in the back, and it's a big rotisserie wood fired oiler, and we have to bring it out there so we can keep up. It's just you can't ask for a better situation from my food trailer back in 2017-18. So from what we've gone in the last 4 or 5 years has been amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. That sounds like good problems to have.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I think I'm up to around 300 pounds of sausage a week in 4 days of open. So, which is not bad. That's 800 to 1,000 links, depending on how many, if you go 300, 350, whatever. But, I mean, it's just a solid job. And I just can't, you create a monster and you got to feed the monster.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep feeding
Now,
it.
the question, I know Midland Meats ships meat. Do they ship some of that amazing sausage?
That's something that we have talked about this year. So I've been poor boying sausage for about 2.5 years, right? So I've had a small machine, just trying to do it, just taking the easy route. But we make so much now that I wore it out. So we got a new stuffer. I have a 300-pound grinder. I got a new stuffer. I mean, everything is on the big times now. So for me, anyways, and I should be able to do a little bit more in time. So me and John were talking, and I said, hey, you want to possibly put this sauce down at the meat store and just carry it fully smoked, ready to go, just like he sells his Wagyu sausages. He's already
Mm-hmm.
got down there, but this is the half acre sausage, and so that's the plan this coming year. Get the routine down, but I'm going to have to double my increase and my intake, right? So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
go up to about give or take 1,500 2,000 links a week just to keep up with the restaurant and the demand of the store. So
Yeah.
and I make it by myself, and it's just going to have to get a routine and kind of get it rolling. So we'll hopefully here this year we get a little something. But if somebody wants to call up, yeah, we can ship it. I mean, we can get it done. It's not that big of a deal. It's just you got to remember, guys, you're not buying sauces at the grocery store. You're buying sauce at a barbecue restaurant. That's $5 or $6 a link because it's a side. It's like
Oh yeah.
brisket and pork. It's by the pound. So if you're looking at $30 a pound for brisket, now that sausage ain't going to be cheap because it's going to be the same way. But yes, I will ship it. I've got some guys asked me to ship them some. So I told them, give me to the first year, let me figure logistics out, so we can kind of do that, and then go from there. And yes, they do ship competition briskets.
There you
So I
go,
mean,
birthday boy.
it's kind of a deal. They'll either send it at FedEx overnight, or they'll send it to you by Southwest.
Okay.
So you can have a brisket in roughly 8 hours, or you can have, depending on the flight times, or you can go, wait till overnight and get it FedEx. But they do ship their meat. They ship their meat all over the world. You'd be surprised where Midland Meat Company has their beef. How many white tablecloth dinners you're going to sit at that's going to have their meat. New York to, I'm not going to go across the whole board all over Texas. It's just there's a lot of restaurants that carry it, a lot of restaurants that use it, but it's definitely something you want to sit down at and have a bottle of wine with.
That's it. Midland meats from the left coast to the right coast. Absolutely.
That's
And
it.
everywhere in between. Awesome. Now, how's the how's your product line? I know you said you had a couple things in the works, and
I do.
your a Texas oil dust charcoal coming
Well, I've
down the
had
line.
charcoal.
But
No, I've had
yeah.
charcoal. I've had charcoal since 23. But man, I had a hell of a year in 24. Man, from manufacturers to bags to charcoal bags to my brine, my rooster juice. I've been on hold with it because of my of production on bags, and just wrong size. Somebody made a mistake. It just seemed like everybody just forgot what they were doing and just left out the common sense and went straight to the I just want to make money. I just need to get it out as fast as possible. So I've been on hold on my rooster juice brine for a solid year because of some mistakes that some people made outside of my probably my circle that I could have control over. My charcoal would have been out of here 3 weeks or 3 months ago, but the bags got messed up, and so it's been logistics on getting my products where I need it to be. Right, it's
Mm-hmm.
my brand. It's what it has to be. You got certain rules, you got laws, you got to follow. But 25, come on now, 25 is going to be good. 25 is going to be good. There's some good things coming down the pipeline that's going to take me and my company from just a competitive kind of a catering type deal, just competitive wise, competition. I'm coming after. I'm coming after the backyard guys. I'm coming after the stores. I'm coming after anything that anybody that wants to fire up and cook a pot of chicken gumbo to chicken noodle soup. I got it. I'm coming. It just takes a long time to put things in perspective where you got to be at. So 25. I'm coming.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you. 25, come on. Like you said,
Come
24
on.
she was a little salty.
She's a little salty in 24, but it was just, man. I tell you, for a company, it's a small company. Man, I'm not very big, and I try to get out there and I try to do things for the community. I try to give back, and if you're not happy with what you got, I mean, I try to make things right, but. I did revamp some rubs. My four horsemen, the old dust, the barnyard, piggy bank, and the black gold. We revamped those at the end of 23. Seasonings weren't the same. Um, you can taste it. It just wasn't. You're all those co-packers out there that blend your product. Man, they're getting it from where they can get it at. There's so many
Mm-hmm.
rubs in a bottle. There's so many products out there. If you're not buying from the same source that's kind of fresh or it's updated. So we went back to the drawing board and put things back to the original recipe. It took some time. It took me about 5 or 6 months, and some a little bit longer. But it just I had to bring that freshness back. And unfortunately, unless a customer says something, hey man, this don't taste quite the same. I have to do my own R&D research. So just so you know how I work, if I have a pallet of seasoning come in, chances are that 700 or 800 bottles of black gold is going to probably taste the same because it's from the same batch, right? If that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. But if the lot number changes, I have to pay attention to that. So if lot number is 761, and I'll go to 765. Well, now the black gold is in the same batch, right? So I need to make sure. So I always pull a bottle that I use in competition on every batch number to make sure the quality is kind of the same. And over the years, it was fine, but it just didn't quite hit those. It didn't hit those elements, right? It wasn't as fresh or zingy or whatever. So I kind of went in 23, went back. So in January of 24, we released a kind of a different label. It was the same label, just glossier, had more of a pop to it, a little bit different color, a little brighter color. It doesn't fade in the UV lights anymore at the grocery stores or on the shelves at your Bon Pa stores. And so I had to go back, and now all of a sudden the black gold is the original recipe that I came out with in 16, and there it is, boom, it's here. And the old dust is like bam, it's there. And the piggy bank is like it's fresh. It's got that little back end heat. And it's got that nice sweet pop to it, and the barnyard is just there. So everything had to be to where sometimes salt overpowers things or it starts fading in color.
Hmm.
Summertime, you get a summertime blend, and all of a sudden in October, like, hey, how come the color's changing? How come it's redder here and it's blonder here? I can't help that. That's the seasonings that some companies use. So you have to go back and R&D some of your stuff, and you have to stay on top of these guys because they might be trying to save money themselves by buying spice that's older or cheaper or from another
Hmm.
country. And if it's not the same, it's not what we agreed on. That's not my recipe, right? So once you put it in a bottle, it should stay the same all the way in the bottle. So we did some revamping, and the Four Horsemen there, those things kind of got a new facelift a little bit, but it wasn't the labels. It was just a little glossier. It was a look and the flavor. And now you've got something that's consistent across the board. So I wanted to make sure that we did that. But there was just some small things that I had to go back to the roots on and say, hey, on a second. No. We'll maintain here, but let's put it in queue here. So,
Oh, yeah.
anyways, that's kind of how it works. So I make sure that every lot batch that we have, the best I can, I
Hmm.
pull a bottle from that batch, and then I turn around and I don't ever use the same lot batch or the same lot number twice. I make sure I pull from a new lot number so I can make sure that the consistency is the same.
Quality control at its
You
finest. It
have
never
to.
ends, brother.
if you're
Never
not
ends.
mixing it, if you're not mixing it yourself, or you can
Yeah.
taste it and say, "Oh, something's off," and you're allowing somebody to do it. If you go through 5,000 bottles and all of a sudden somebody says, "Hey, man, it's a little bit different." Oh shit, what's that lot number on it? Okay, I go back and I go find it. And if I don't have it, then I have to find someone who has that lot number. Go taste it. Injections the same way. I mean, there's just it's just those kind of things that you have to R&D your own stuff sometimes, especially when you get to a certain point where you start climbing and you're getting more and more and more stores. Like Home Depot or Lowe's, and then Academy, and then Shields, and you start getting all
Hmm.
these big companies. You got to make sure that product's the same across the United States. So I needed to make sure it's here in Australia is the same as it is over here.
That's it. That's it. And congratulations on the Lowe's, getting into
Appreciate
the
it.
Lowe's. That's friggin' awesome when I heard that. I gotta swing by. I have one I have one up in Concord, I believe. Gilmington. So either way, about a half hour north or south of me. And then there's one by the post office. I gotta see if they if it's hit the East Coast,
You
brother.
know, I don't know all the stores, and it's hard for me to tell which ones have it. But I can tell you that it's more of an east to northeast kind of push up there towards Canada. So it's about
Okay.
368 stores got it. I don't know how many more. Big Daddy Dutch. I'm drinking Willet tonight. I was on the Jim Beam, but I have a little Willet from a birthday present that John Scarborough gave me, and I've been sipping on it. It's in the freezer and pulling on it for a little bit. But I don't know what Lowe's do have it. I wish I could really kind of narrow that down. But when
Yeah.
corporate sends it without the cut, without the your supporters and my supporters, without those guys sending a picture to me, I have no idea what store it's at unless I was able to get a corporate mockdown.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Two
That's right.
teams won world championships with Texas oil dust. That shows Aaron's quality control. 100%, James. 100%.
It's just man, I can't express enough how if you just become complacent in the barbecue world, you'll drop. Yeah, even the competition guys, we just kind of be complacent. We just kind of we're on the same run, right? We just boom, 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 same recipe 60, 70, 90 times in a row. You just run the same thing. Sometimes it hits,
Yeah.
sometimes it don't. But if you become complacent, if you don't change something, the same way the rub business, sauces. I got my Brandon oil is coming out pretty quick. I'm hoping January, February, it's gonna be in a bigger bottle. It'll be an 18-ounce bottle. Um, and so we kind of went back to the drawing board just a little bit, and we kind of tweaked a few things because there's a few small details that have happened with companies on ketchup. Ketchup is huge. If you purchase, let's just say you purchase Heinz, And so, and the people making my sauce are using number 10 cans of Heinz to make this sauce, or
Mm-hmm.
they're using have a bag or whatever. But then they over here all of a sudden they get a cheaper deal with Cisco or Benny Keith in a what, I don't know 1877 or not 1807 whatever it is, their brand of ketchup ain't the same. So the ketchup changes. So that just as an example, if you're doing mass quantity, you're doing 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 bottles at a time. I think my last order is like 10,000 bottles. If you're doing 10,000 bottles of Brandon oil, and that no, Sam, it's going to a plastic bottle. So if that sauce and they change the ketchup and I don't know about it and I crack one open and I can taste the difference,
Mm.
it's not what I put in there. So now I've gone to a consistent 18-ounce bottle. It's going to be in the same plastic bottle as you would see like Head Country, something like that in. It'll be in that same type of bottle, and we made that consistently. So now what I serve at the restaurant is exactly what you're going to get in a bottle. Right?
Perfect.
There's no difference because I have control now over what the ingredients are going into, and it took me some time. It took me almost a year to do. Matter of fact, I apologize. It took me 2 years to get this in the works. But I mean, it's small tweaks, right? It's just small things that you have to do to make sure that your quality of freshness, your quality of taste is going to be the same no matter what, and that's just takes some time.
That's it. That's it. Patience, my friend. Patience pays off in the end.
It
Sucks
wears
while
me
you're
down on
waiting.
this end. It wears me down on this end. But at
That's
the
what I.
same time, I know what's coming down the pipeline, and I got about 3 or 4 different things coming down that's going to going to blow us up a little bit, but it's also going to make it a little bit better for all the guys. Samuel, Two Sauce Birdie, he's team old us, and I got a thing for all the guys across the state. We're fixing to hit them hard and soak them wet. So that's all I can say, man. We're fixing to dip it,
Yeah,
drip it, and put it in a box.
absolutely, my man. But brother, like I said, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I know you got some plans.
Man, we just
In a
have
couple.
maybe wings and a beer. You never know.
You never know. But I appreciate you jumping in, catching up, brother. It's always a pleasure talking with you. Oh, James is asking, any new pork seasonings coming out?
And oh, James, I'll tell you what, I've got something. I've got something that I've been working on, and I haven't had too much time to play with it. Um, but I can say that you know, competition here in the last 6 months has been a little bit different, where things have kind of fallen off and flavors might be changed a little bit. But once I have a little time over Christmas. I've revamped a little bit and kind of got a little fresh air in me. I mean, I don't know, 48, 52 contests. I think I took the month of September off. I lost 4 weeks. So I think I did like 49 contests in 25 or 24. I did 52 in 23 and I did 58 in 22. So, I mean, man, it's like this. You get burned out, right? But you also get burned out because I'm putting in these many hours here for working and making sure I've got my job taken care of that I can leave, but at the same time I can work on a few new concoctions. So I have one I'm working on. It is a new pork seasoning and a new pork injection. It's done me well. At the same time, it's also been kind of hit or miss, and I'm just working on those processes, right? But yeah, I got one. I got a good name for it. Some good friends of mine up in North Texas. They came up with the name, and I'm going to give them credit when the credit's time, and it's going to be a shindig. It's going to be fun. Just hang
Good.
loose. I R&D my stuff way longer than I probably should, but I want to make damn sure it's gonna last and continue.
Nice, nice, nice. But like I said, brother, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Always fun talking with you. Always fun hanging with you. And yeah, appreciate everything you do for me, brother.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Can't wait to see you
So
guys again and get up there in y'all's area, and this time won't have to bail on you because because of work. But
get
we'll
that damn monthly meeting early.
if I can figure out how to get my truck up there, drive up there and drop some drums, I think I'd be able to kind of keep it consistent. But then just find somewhere we can maybe get at Matt's house or something. That way you can come join me and some other guys, and we can just kind of play around. But it's I took the day off. I didn't take the day off. I got done a little early, and then you messaged me and it's like, "Hey, you want to jump on the show?" I'm like, you know what? I'm not going back. I got this, brought it home, and I'm just going to work on it here, and then be ready to go fire up more at 5:30 and be ready to hit it. So try to get done so I can go compete this weekend.
Absolutely, brother. But like I said, appreciate you, and thanks, and here's to 2025, brother.
2025, guys.
A little less salty, my
Year.
friend. Happy New Year.
Kick her in her ass. Tell her to go about her business. Tell her to shut the fuck up and keep going.
I love it. Guys, follow Aaron, all the Texas Oil Dust on all social medias. Check the website, texasoildust.com. And yeah.
If you're looking for a barbecue class, Barbecue Chance Academy, #take the class. Aaron Lesley got a lot of great stuff on there, and it's helped a lot of guys. Like you said, first place brisket, American Royal, Texas Oil Dust profile. And that goes to some really great guys at Barbecue Daddy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guys, that's it for 2024. Once again, always thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Here's to 2025. Want to thank Uncle Steve. Want to thank Gabriel from Joe's Meat Market for their continued support. Can't do this stuff without you guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everything y'all do. And to everybody tuning in and listening on the audio platforms, thank you all for your continued support week in, week out. I'm like, heck, I got sidetracked the other week. I couldn't put the podcast out to a Wednesday instead of it being up Monday night, and Tuesday the phone's going off. Hey, where's the podcast? Where's the podcast? It's coming, brother. It's coming. I'm busy at work.
I don't think no one knows the words "be patient" anymore. Just be patient, man. We're all going to get there. Just be patient. It's all right.
That's it. It's coming. If it's not coming, I will be the first to tell you that it ain't coming, but it'll be coming. So, but yeah, thank you all. Happy New Year to everybody. Stay safe out there. And until 2025, keep the smoke rolling.
Adios.